Hey guys, this is John and Amanda from J&A Farms. Hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful last day of February.
I know we are. We have been out here for the last couple hours getting a jump start on all of our plants that we're going to be planting this year in the gardens. We're so excited because number one, we're getting started a month earlier than we did last year. So that means we could have things ready even as soon as like mid-May, beginning of June, which is super exciting for us.
Yeah.
We have started about 200 seeds in soil today. John's going to tell you a little bit about our process later, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're going to hopefully be having available in the gardens this year. We've started already okra, we've started tomatoes, cucumbers, of course, because I know everyone's chomping at the bit for those pickles. We have already started squash and zucchini. We started a bunch of watermelon plants. Peppers, we've done jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, bell peppers. Anything else I'm missing? Watermelons. Some of the things that we sell, we have to sow directly into the ground or the soil. We can't start from seed. Things like onions, carrots, beans, corn, that all has to be sowed directly in ground. So when we can, we'll go ahead and start those as well. We will be starting our carrots in just a minute when we get off this video, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, we're super excited. We have a few more things we need to start, but we're waiting on some of our organic seeds to come in. So I'm going to let John tell you a little bit about the process that we use to do this and some of the products that we use, because we do try to be as all natural and close to organic as we can with everything that we do. That's, I think, what's kind of sets us apart a little bit from some of the other, bigger box stores.
Yeah, so as Amanda was saying, we started all these seeds and we're doing them a month early. Anytime you start seeds in containers versus just direct sow into the ground, you usually get a head start. You can baby them a little bit better. Mm-hmm. They're not exposed to the elements. Even when we direct sow things like corn that need to be, it's always that time when we are trying to baby them, but we're very limited to how much we can baby them because of the elements.
That's right.
So we can do everything right and get a big rain and it washes all the seed away. So, starting them in a container setting is not only gives you a great head start, but it also protects the plants because we can watch them every day, make sure they're getting the proper amount of water. They're going to be covered, so they're not having to worry about like a late frost.
That's right.
So that's some of the advantages. So I'm just going to go through some of the products we use. So we have a very simple setup here. So just like any plant to start, the soil is going to be the most important thing, and we just keep ours in a big trash can, little metal trash can here. And this is just some organic potting soil that we get. You can get this at any box store. We have tried making our own through soil and manure and different additives, and honestly it's just too time consuming for what we get out of it.
Yeah.
We can buy a bag usually for $10-12 for a large bag. We were using like a 55 quart bag that we did about 200 plus plants with just this was the second bag.
Yeah,
so
we still have
like
some left over, so yeah.
So it goes a long way. So it's typically dry, and we will fill our containers. You can order these. There's different ways to do them. This is a 4-inch container, and then they have the trays that you will hold 18 4-inch pots. You don't have to use something like this. We do just because we do everything on such a large scale. It just helps us to keep everything a little bit more organized. Mm-hmm. I've seen people use everything from red Solo cups to toilet paper rolls, egg crates, anything that you want to use. We just use these because they're
we already have them for
convenient.
One thing.
Yeah. So we start with one of these. Obviously the dirt goes in, and then we pack them. I would suggest packing them and then adding some loose soil on top, so that loose soil that top dirt is still loose. And then one of the things that we started doing this year was mixing our soil with earthworm castings. This is an organic type right here. You don't have to use organic, it's just what we choose. This one came from Tractor Supply. And you'll have to read the rate. There's different rates of how you mix it based on what you're planting, but it doesn't take a lot. And then of course, one of the products that we often promote is from Southland Organics. it's a local company. You know, we're right at the Bethlehem Decula line. They're out of Statham, so they're local. Southland Organics. We've been using their
Love them.
Ultimate Tea products for a lot of different things that we grow and seed. So we'll give that a good spray.
It's an all natural fertilizer, and it's liquid. It's concentrate, so you mix it with water.
Yeah, if you get an opportunity to mix it ahead of time with your water and let it sit, 24 hours is the best time. I would love to say we always wait 24 hours, but usually this is like last minute stuff and we let it sit for like an hour. I think this has been here for a couple hours.
This is real life, guys.
Yeah, so I highly recommend just getting one of these. These are great to have for all different things that we do here at the farm. They're the Groundworks half-gallon pump sprayers. So we use these from everything from the ultimate garden tea that we use when we're starting, and we even spray our plants with that as they're growing throughout the year. But we also use them for, this one actually is labeled Dead Bug, which is one of our organic products that we use to keep bugs off of plants. So you definitely want to label them, make sure you're not cross-contaminating things, but we give it a good dusting of this, then we water it in, and then this is super important, and we have made the mistake of not doing this before, but I highly suggest getting some heavy-duty, good plastic labels to label them. This was one from last year for broccoli, and then we date them. So dating is important because we want to know exactly how many days they've been in there since they've been seeded. And then the last thing we do is we have a cute little water can that we got Amanda that was supposed to be more decorative, but we use it often.
That's right.
And then of course they go in the tray, and then they go in our house. And
You
another
can
little
see behind us.
thing that I'll add here is, you know, one of the things people say, well, how do you know how deep to plant everything? So we invested in this really high-tech planting,
Very expensive
tool. It's must be French, Sharpie, or maybe it's Sharpie. No, we use a Sharpie, and we used to mark on the Sharpie about an inch or a half inch, and we'd use that to literally poke holes in it. And then you've got your Sharpie ready to write on your label so you know what it is. And
very high tech here.
Some of our plants will go in a low tunnel this year. We'll actually, this is just our first load. And we bought this cheap little greenhouse. Did it come off Amazon?
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply?
Yeah, it was like $50, I think.
Yeah, this thing was like $50. And it was really just our first go at trying to grow some stuff early. And it's 3 years old, and it has torn on the side. We're not really sure if that was just the quality of it or if the cats, because they like to get inside it. It could have been the cats. But it's held up very nicely. And I suggest just getting a thermometer to go in there so you make sure that you're not too cold or you're not too hot. And then if you really want to get high tech, you can get a soil thermometer and actually check the soil in there. We have one that we use in the garden.
Yeah.
We just really look at if it's warm in there, we just figure it's doing its job.
Yeah.
I do recommend keeping a very good eye on it for two reasons. Number one, you know, you can't, depend on the rain with these things. You've got to water them. It's completely closed, obviously. And then number two, they can get too hot. So if we have a day like this week where it's supposed to get up into the high 70s, we will actually lift this and leave it open so that it can get some airflow in it and not overheat. And everything's very touchy when it's first germinating. So, but again, this is
a great investment.
First go, and we'll anything else that we start from seed this year will go in the low tunnel out in the upper garden.
Upper garden, yeah.
So
we're also really excited this year because we're going to try something new at the farm. So we get a little aggravated when we go to the stores, the bigger box stores especially, and we see some of the prices on already established seedlings, like for vegetables and starting gardens and things. The prices can tend to run like anywhere from $4 to $6 for one of those 4-inch pots. And so we decided that we are going to try planting our own this year, plants to sell to other people wanting to start their own gardens. We get asked all the time, how hard is it to start a garden? It's really not hard at all. You just have to have a little bit of space and have good soil and have a, determined attitude that you're just going to make it work. Even if you just start with a tomato plant, we highly encourage getting into growing your own food. It really does taste better. It's satisfying knowing that you grew that And there's just something, I don't know, that makes me have more peace of mind with my family, knowing that the food I'm feeding them is chemical free, pest free, no harsh growing practices. It's all natural. It's as organic as it can be. So it really is satisfying. So we want to encourage you, if you are in our local area and you're wanting to, or you always get plants from maybe your box store for starting your gardens, we would love to have you come out and buy from us. Ours are gonna be priced from like $2 to $3 a piece. So a little bit of savings there. And like you've seen, all the products we use are organic. So you can't really beat that pricing for organic seeds and plants and soil.
Yeah.
So
And we've done all the upfront
we've done all the work for you. Yeah.
So, a lot of people are scared to start plants by seed because they're worried they'll overwater them or underwater them or put them out too early. So, when we grow them, we're going to or offer them to the public for sale when we know they're ready, and they'll be good, healthy plants.
Yeah, probably mid-April.
Yep.
I would say they should be ready to plant, which is about the time most people plant their gardens. Usually spring, spring is sprung and there's no more risk of frost. So yeah, we hope that you will come and consider buying from us. We're really excited about this new season. Can't wait to get into the harvesting. That's my favorite part, just seeing everything we were able to grow. So, and Lulu says, come see me. Right, baby?
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, y'all. Good little girl.